We know when you get your Pfizer or Moderna vaccine, Raphael, the countdown begins to get that second dose of the shot.
So, Lauren, a couple fearing that they could not get their second COVID shot in time, and they reached out to WRTV, and they put us to work. JB and Belinda Jones will mark their 65th wedding anniversary in July. The couple can't wait for the pandemic to be over. All they want is to sit in at a McDonald's, enjoy a cup of coffee, no sugar, and a cherry pie. They haven't been to a restaurant since March 2020.
We don't go anyplace. We may go get groceries at 6 o'clock in the morning when the old people go. And we're really serious about it. We wear the mask, we wear gloves, so we'll wear glasses, because we really, nobody wants to die.
Belinda got her first Pfizer shot on January the 25th, JB on the 26th. Their second shot was canceled because of the recent snowstorms.
You're concerned for your parents?
Well, just the age, and my mom has diabetes, and
I have asthma also.
well, asthma too, and it's just if they get it, if I don't want them to get it, obviously, but if they get it, I'm sure it's going to be real tough on them, and they risk the chance of dying.
The couple's son called 211 to reschedule their vaccinations. The next available date for them in Howard County wasn't until March the 10th. That was more than the 21 days recommended for the second dose of the Pfizer shot.
If I hadn't have got the first shot, I wouldn't even be contacting you.
WRTV reached out to the Indiana State Department of Health, which stands by the guidelines from the Centers for Disease Control. The CDC says the second dose should be administered as close to the recommended interval as possible. The agency goes on to explain if there is a delay in vaccination. The second dose of Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccines may be administered up to 6 weeks, 42 days after the first dose. There are currently limited data on efficacy of COVID-19 vaccines administered beyond this window. If the second dose is administered beyond these intervals, there is no need to restart the series.
But now that I got the first one, I need that second one according to what they tell you on TV.
Sure. No, and I want you to get that.
That's all it amounts to. But I thank you for any help you can do for us.
So, to help the Jones family out, I reached out to the Howard County Health Department. They in turn led me to St. Vincent Hospital in Kokomo. And after all of that, they helped a couple get their second shot this past Thursday.
Due to Raphael
Yeah.
and Channel 6, we got the second shot, and we're thrilled to death.
What's your message to the rest of us?
I would say get it as soon as you can, and that's what we did. And I sure appreciate it.
Oh, Raphael.
Lauren, I should point out that I've committed you and Megan and Todd that once we are all vaccinated, we're going to travel up to Kokomo and deliver some cherry pies and some cups of coffee. That's their favorite, and that's what they want to drink and eat. So let's make it happen here this year at some point.
Oh, I love them. Let's do it. I feel like, Raphael, we're all having these conversations with our elderly relatives right now. So this is so, it affects a lot of people, and a lot of people are having these conversations. So I'm so glad you looked into this. So it's really confusing, though. Can you break down, is 42 days, is that really like the last resort when you should get that second dose?
Right, so it's not based on what I say or what you say. The CDC says that, yes, the 42 days is the maximum on that second shot and should be your last resort. You should still get that Pfizer shot, the second dose, after 21 days, the Moderna shot, the second dose, after 28 days. And if you can't, you should keep calling 211 or going to the state's website, which is, of course, ourshot.gov, to get that second shot. Stay within the recommended time. 42 days should be the absolute last thing you do. And of course, as we know, with winter weather and then tornado season coming up, we want to keep on top of these things for ourselves and our loved ones. So keep that in mind.
That's right. Help out your elderly relatives, too, if they are dealing with any delays after the snowstorm we had last week. Thank you, Raphael.